Last night, we watched the Cleveland Browns edge the New York Jets in double overtime in the AFC, and we watched the Washington Redskins dominate the Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears in the NFC. Tonight, it's the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. And as a former Giants player, I'm trying to maintain some sort of repertorial objectivity about this Giant team, but I quite frankly feel they are playing the best football and have over the past few weeks of any team in the entire NFL. And if I feel that way about my former team, well, I'm sure that John Smith must feel that same way about his former team, the New England.
After the Jets' defeat at Cleveland yesterday, there's a distinct feeling of nervousness at the Meadowlands. But everyone's confident it's going to be a terrific game. Now, the Giants are the 3-point favourites after their victories over the 49ers last year in the wild card game and this year. And good news for them, their top wide receiver, Lionel Manuel, is back. He's been out since week 4 with knee problems. And no worries for the 49ers' Joe Montana. The flu he's been suffering with all week is over. But can he turn it on again? We'll find out now as the 49ers take on the Giants.
2 Super Bowl victories are a testament to Bill Walsh's cerebral approach to football. His architect is Joe Montana, and the 49ers' blueprint for success lies with their passing game. Containing Dwight Clark and Jerry Rice is a nightmare for any defense, and today, that nightmare becomes a reality for the Giants. Rising to a challenge is what Bill Parcells and his Giants defense have done all season long. They are perhaps football's most punishing unit, possessing many weapons. And if defense is the soul of the Giants, their linebackers are the soul of the defense. Today, their sights are set squarely on Joe Montana as the Giants hope to continue their banner year. The 49ers feel they have a score to settle today because lately the Giants have had their number. It's a matchup of contrasting styles and a game of infinite importance. Two tight ends for the 49ers now. Brooks and Craig. Montana quickly to Jerry Rice. And he's got some speed. He drops the ball. Rice chases it. Doesn't come up with it. Goes into the end zone. The scramble continues. And the Giants come up with it. He had a touchdown.
Tell you, that is unbelievable. That is an artificial turf turnover. You know what happens is you start to run, sometimes your foot will get caught, it just gives you an extra bump. Look at this. He's open here, he catches a pass against Elvis Patterson, runs by the free safety, Herb Welch, just drops the ball down his leg, knees it, pushes it forward into the end zone, and the Giants recover.
Kenny Hill came up with it finally. Montana and the 49ers thought they had a touchdown, and they did. But the pill got away. Giant ball at their own 20 after Rice had a touchdown in sight and lost the football. And first down, it's back to Morris. And Morris could be off. Lott finally herds him out of bounds. First down, Giants, a pickup of 16. That's more yards than he got in the regular season meeting. Back to Jerry Rice and his problem.
Let's watch it again. Here, he's going to come in here, catch a slant right about here. Welsh comes here. Patterson comes here. Rice runs right by him and fumbles here just after he changes up. Watch him here, the slant. Montana right on the run. Now watch here, the left hand, the ball just hit his chest in the running motion.
Sims again to Morris. Morris left side. Up close to the 40 and a gain of 5. Ricky Ellison on the bottom of the pile for the 49ers.
Well, I think Morris has gained more this first quarter than he gained the last game, the last time they played. 13 rushes for 14 yards.
However,
Bill Parcells was kidding his offensive line, and he was calling him Club 13 this week.
Morris got 6 that time. 2nd and 4. Bobby Johnson, the man in motion. Sims again to Morris, and Morris first down outside the 45, a gain of 6, tripped up by Tuiasosopo. You know, that meeting, that first one, that yardage, that statistic you were just talking about, although he only got 13 yards, there was one big run in that game.
Well, that was the thing. The 49ers were going to stop Morris, and they did for most of the day, but the big play in that game to me was when they went for it on 4th down, the Giants did, they handed it to Joe Morris, and he made the first down. The play that the 49ers had to stop him on, they didn't.
Lionel Manuel is split wide to the right. Now he's on the move, and Sims back to throw, and this time he has time. Ball batted down by Charles Haley, I think.
You know, Charles Haley is just a rookie. He's out of James Madison, and he's really been the best pass rusher on this 49er team. I remember I was in training camp when he started, and he just came in, and he was a natural pass rusher. You know, the blockers at that time just couldn't block him. He has great speed. He has long arms, and he has a natural instinct to rush a passer.
And that really is something you can't coach. That's like being a great runner, that instinct. Here's Sims to Morris. Morris with room. Morris close to a first down again into 49er territory. McKyer finally tripped him up. That should be enough.
You know, most of the success that Joe Morris has running is to the right side in this very play. You see that lead block by Maurice Carthon. He's the guy that springs Morris at the line of scrimmage. You know, it was funny, the Giants rated their top 3 blockers, the guys that blocked at the point of attack, 4 over. Carl Nelson was number 1, Carthon 2, and Chris Godfrey 3.
On the right side, you don't hear too much about those guys. Here's Sims back to throw. Has time again up the middle of Carthon. Down to the 49er 35. A gain of 7. Ricky Ellison stopped him.
You know, there's a guy who you don't hear a lot about because he doesn't carry the ball a lot, and he doesn't catch passes a lot. But he's just like having another guard in there. And I think if Joe Morris, you know, if he buys his line anything or any of those type of deals, he ought to include Carthon in that gift list.
That 225 is not quite enough. He's bigger than that. Roussan now in the game in place of Morris. Manuel in motion. Roussan, the ball carrier. On to the 30, another Giant first down. A gain of 5. Stopped by Ford. The Giants on the move.
I think this is the type of game that Bill Parcells wanted to play. You know, where we just run. We establish that we can run. We run Joe Morris. We give him a little rest with Roussan, and then we just mix in the pass. We don't run every play, nor pass every play, but just keep moving the chains.
Parcells just talking to Morris, saying, "Are you ready?" Morris said yes, but it's still Roussan. Sims to throw. Outside, Roussan. He comes down with it. It is a catch. It's a gain of 4. Keena Turner was covering.
Yeah, we'll see Roussan just come at the left of the screen. Just front of flat. Good pass protection. You see Sims has that lane between his offensive guard and his tackle to get the ball out to Roussan, who makes a great catch. You know how good this guy is going to be. You know, don't forget that Otis Anderson is on this Giant team. Joe Morris is first. Roussan is now second.
Morris back. Hit at just about the line of scrimmage and twist down for a gain of a couple. Stopped by Tuiasosopo and Michael Carter.
Tuiasosopo is usually a nose tackler. He's more of a nose tackle type of guy than he is an end. But Jeff Stover, their normal starting left end, has a knee injury. So Tuiasosopo has to play left end. And then, of course, Michael Carter's a nose tackle.
He had to gain weight so they could get his name on his jersey.
Yeah, but Carter didn't.
No. Manuel in motion. Sims back with protection. For Bavaro, touchdown. 24 yards out. Sims to Bavaro. Rutledge will hold for Raul Alegre to try to make it 7-0 Giants. Perfection. 7-0.
See, now Bavaro has a defensive lineman. Haley is over him. He gets off him. The 49ers are playing zone. That's a corner. Micaiah there. Bavaro got even, and then Sims just threw it up over his head.
And with 7:29 left in the first quarter, the Giants lead the 49ers 7-0. Montana fakes the trip, goes deep. That was going to be picked off by somebody. Rice down in a hurry. Lateral to Elvis Patterson. Patterson still has it. Chased by Craig. Now by Cribbs, and down he goes. Welch made the interception. Lateral. 16-yard return. The Giants go into 49er territory.
Well, that was Carl Banks again, who was right on Montana, forcing him to throw. It looked like Montana thought that Rice was going one way. He just threw it out there in the middle. Rice is off to the right. Herb Welch comes up with the interception, starts to run, laterals to Elvis Patterson. I don't think that was a forward lateral. And then Patterson runs it the rest of the way.
And the Giants have it at the 49er 45. They go with two tight ends again. This is Joe Morris. Morris is gone. Joe Morris. He just took one giant step. 14 carries for 115 yards for Morris already. He just hit from 45 yards away. Allegre's extra point makes it 14-3.
Joe Morris gets most of his yardage to the right. This time he got it to the left. Good blocking. Brad Benson gets good movement on Dwayne Ford. That's the first block that creates it. Then Morris gets through the hole, and he just outruns Carlton Williamson. Hey, watch the left tackle, Brad Benson there. The second guy in. He got movement. He got things knocked back, and that gave Morris that soft spot. Got a fake here.
Unusual. Allegre is split wide to the left. Pass comes back to Rutledge. Bavaro wide open. First down Giants at the 49er 5. Holmo knocked him down.
And that one will make a head coach smile. That was some play. They shifted their kicker out wide and hit their tight end. Watch it here. Allegre's the kicker. Now he shifts out. Carthon shifts back. Bavaro is on the right of the screen.
49ers have no defensive backs in the game except Holmo.
By the time he figured out what happened, there was Bavaro. That is the type of play that will make a head coach smile. We tricked him.
Now I wonder who's the genius. Morris around the corner, touchdown. or a penalty marker down. Holding against the Giants.
You know, sometimes the things it seems things are going so easy. That penalty there can be a big, big penalty.
Holding, number 61, offense, first down.
You know, they get that play on the fake. They get the first down. They score the touchdown. Now you bring it back, and it's on the 15-yard line. If they don't get it in, that lack of score could be sitting up there all day. There's the holding right there. See 61 Godfrey, the left hand, and he didn't have to do it. Morris was already by him.
Right. Sims back to throw. Up the middle, almost picked off, juggled by Ronnie Lott. Intended for Bavaro. Lott almost came up with the interception.
Ronnie Lott is kind of the veteran leader, kind of the soul of this 49er defense now. Remember the first year they went to the Super Bowl, he was a rookie cornerback. Now he's the veteran safety. Reading things like this, he sees Bavaro, gets a good jump. But you know what happened? His hands were too close to his body, and the ball just hit his shoulder pad.
And bounced away. Second down. Giants at the 49er 15. Sims back again with time. In the end zone, McConkey in through his hand. He had a spin around. Sims now blaming himself for that one.
McConkey is running a corner pattern, goes to the end, then he goes back outside. I don't know that ball wasn't there. I don't know that he couldn't have caught that. I don't know if Sims is upset at McConkey or upset at himself.
I think himself.
Or maybe neither. Maybe he's just upset that he didn't get the touchdown.
Sims back in. The Giants down to one timeout. 55 seconds remaining. Third down and 15 at the 15. Sims with people in his face. Touchdown to Bobby Johnson. Sims got up slowly, but he still threw the strike.
I'll tell you, Bobby Johnson comes in motion, comes all the way across here, up here, and into the end zone. But watch that. You see, he comes in motion to get him moving. Watch him. He'll start here. Here comes Johnson across. See him running across here? Now he's going to start straight up and then back to the end zone. They were zoning. They came up and they let Johnson get through it and beyond it.
Allegre, as Rutledge fumbled the snap from center, just barely got it down before Allegre kicked it. That's amazing.
Tell you, watch the hit that Phil Sims takes after he throws that ball. That was Dwayne Board that was right in his face. Then Fuller was there also. So that was, you know, when you think of how he threw it, that is some throw. Again, here comes Johnson, 88. See him in motion? Then he's going to start up, inside, back to the corner, and he got in there behind that zone defense.
Cribbs and Craig again back deep for San Francisco. Allegre's kick deeper this time, but Craig will take it at the 2. Cribbs, I'm sorry. Cribbs gets out to about the 27. Finally knocked down by Mark Collins. Return of 25 yards. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. The Giants 21, the 49ers 3. 2 touchdown passes.
You know, it seemed like the Giants had the ball for about a half hour. Last time it seemed like about a half hour since they got it in. There it is. It was only 4 minutes and 45 seconds. But with all that other stuff in there, Joe Montana may have to warm up again.
Montana, no place to go outside Rice. Rice out of bounds. Stops the clock. Elvis Patterson. Flag down, however. Lawrence Taylor indicating it is against the 49ers. And it is.
That signal is for illegal man downfield.
Ineligible receiver. Downfield on the forward pass. Number 51. Offense. First down.
Number 51 is a right guard, and that would be Randy Cross right here. Now what happens is sometimes they fire out. I don't know why he would go downfield. There he goes, though. I don't know where he was going. It wasn't a screen. He just wanted to find another blue jersey.
1st and 20. Montana back to throw. Going deep. It's going to be picked off by Lawrence Taylor. And he's got a lot of room to run. Montana is down. Taylor is in the end zone. But Montana is hurt. Was the intended receiver. Lawrence Taylor was the only man there as Montana took a shot.
Watch the hit. It was Jim Burt. Burt came through and unloaded on Montana. Montana just threw it out there. As you say, Lawrence Taylor was the only guy out there. I tell you, Montana was really bounced off that turf. It looks like they're checking his right shoulder. Watch the thing again. Bird is going to come straight up the middle off Quillen's block there. Hit Montana. I don't know. It could have been either shoulder the way he hit there. I'll tell you, Burt really lifted him out of the ground.
Nothing dirty, nothing unnecessary. Legitimate by Burt.
You know, he looks like he's woozy, Pat. That look, maybe it wasn't the shoulder. Maybe he was just, or maybe he was knocked out.
That's what it looks like.
I tell you, he is awfully wobbly.
And headed for the 49er locker room. The touchdown is official by Lawrence Taylor from 34 yards away. Here's the extra point attempt by Allegre. And it's good. And it's 28-3 Giants. He is wobbly. Montana headed for the San Francisco locker room.
Into the third quarter now. Joe Montana is in the locker room with a concussion. He will not be back for the second half. It's the Giants' ball, 1st and 10 at San Francisco's 47-yard line.
Fake to Maurice Carthon. Man wide open downfield. This is Roussan. Keena Turner knocked him out of bounds. Stacy Robinson had broken clean deep. Sims went to Roussan underneath.
You know, I think that Roussan is going to be like the pass receiving halfback of this Giant team. You know, they have Carthon is the running fullback. Tony Galbraith had been the pass receiving fullback. Joe Morris is now the running halfback, and I think Roussan is going to become the pass receiving halfback.
Morris behind Carthon. Barrels down to about the 20 behind Maurice Carthon blocking. Tim McKyer made the stop.
I like that Maurice Carthon. I think, you know, we talked about the things. It's not a glamour thing when you have to lead all the time and get those blocks, but when he comes firing around that corner leading Morris, he looks like he's you know, he's always square, he's always bent, he's always going to make that block that knocks that guy out and clears the lane.
2nd and 2. McConkey split wide to the left. 49ers showing blitz. They give to Morris. Morris around the corner again. And a penalty marker down. Flag came flying late that time. Morris picked up 6, got enough for a first down.
Illegal block, number 89, offense, still second down.
Well, that's against Mark Bavaro. Let's see what he does there. As his hand, I don't think it's illegal so far. Looks pretty legal. Got an arm caught in there, a little push. I don't know, that looked legal to me. See, but if Joe Morris had another yard or so, he would have scored. Yard of width.
Second down and 9. The line of scrimmage, the 49er 28. The Giants lead at 28-3. Roussan has replaced Morris. Sims looking in his direction. McConkey, touchdown. Sims to McConkey from 28 yards away. Allegre for the extra point. Rutledge holding to make it 35-3 with 8:56 left in the third quarter.
Let's watch the pressure that Phil Sims had, Pat, on that last pass. Ricky Ellison, watch him, number 50. He's going to come straight up the middle there. Sims, I don't think, again, he may have seen McConkey, but he didn't see him when he threw that ball. That's the second touchdown pass he's thrown to that right side when he's had a guy hanging on him just as he threw the ball. Wonder how he got the velocity on it to get it up over the corner and into McConkey's arms.
The Giants ahead 35-3, and their offense has not finished yet.
Morris is in motion. Zeke Moat, touchdown. From 29 yards out this time. Sims to Moat. Perfect.
Bill Parcells said that Zeke Moat back this year, he never felt he was really all right until this week. He said you may see some big plays from Zeke Moat because until now I never felt he was really back. All year he's been there and he's been coming back. He said, but now this week, this game, I think he's back. Sims just throws it out. Moat's able to stretch out and get the ball for the touchdown.
That particular pass pattern has been very, very kind to the Giants throughout this year, where they split those seams in a zone. Allegre hits the extra point, and it's 42-3 with 1:58 left, third quarter.
Let's see if we can see the seams in the zone, Pat. Here's Moat here. He's just going to come straight down here. Now let's watch the zone, and let's watch the play develop. See, the motion starts out here. That spreads it. Now, when you stop it here, we can see that here's a zoner, here's a zoner, here's a zoner. Between these guys are the seams. So that's probably we're trying to get Moat in this seam. And you see they do get him in the seam. If the corner comes over too far, he hits the outside guy. Corner stays out, then he can hit his tight end.
That was that two tight end setup again as Bavaro was in the right-hand seam. Moat in the left. 5 plays, 51 yards. Sims hits again.
That's the old splitting the seam of the zone defense trick.
Allegre's kick. Returned by Joe Cribb. Cut down from behind by Byron Hunt and Lee Roussan. Sims on the phone. McConkey asking the crowd, hey, this guy deserves more than you've given him.
That's the kind of guy Phil McConkey is. I mean, he's the kind of guy who realizes it, knows it, and wants everyone else to know it.
Cribbs by Banks again. A loss of 6.
I'll tell you, they're going to go back. The 49ers are. They're going to go back and they're going to say, hey, this guy right here, we never could get him, so we never could get around there. Every time we'd start out there, he'd run up, he'd do this, and we'd lose 5 yards. How are you supposed to run the ball on that guy they call Banks?
That guy who plays like Lawrence Taylor, but's got a different number. Cribbs has carried 8 times and gained no yards. Kemp back to throw, hit in the back by Lawrence Taylor and Leonard Marshall, just as he got rid of it.
This is when it's fun if you're a defensive player. When you got him down, when your crowd's doing this.
This is when it's fun to be dressed in blue. 1 minute left, third quarter, 3rd and 16. Kemp. Pass picked off by Pepper Johnson. Johnson inside the 15. Pepper Johnson down to the 5. Kemp finally tripped him up. That's a step I haven't seen before.
I like that one because you got both the right and the left in there. It's not one-handed. You gave both sides of the body equal time. That's the way you should do it. I know there's someone saying now probably, gee, don't use all your points this week. Save some for next week. But that's not the way you play football.
Pepper's going to keep that ball.
And he's going to keep the celebration going. The thing about Pepper, he doesn't stop celebrating quickly.
1st and goal, Morris down inside the 5, knocked out of bounds by Ricky Ellison. Pepper Johnson saying, keep that for me. I may have to play some more.
Well, no, he just said hold it for a while I keep celebrating. Look, they're doing some more. Look.
Morris and Carthon. And off Morris. Touchdown Morris. 16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and it's the Giants 48, the 49ers 3. 2 yards out for Joe Morris. Set up by the pass interception by Pepper Johnson. Rutledge will hold again for Allegre. Allegre is 7 for 7.
And that was it. The 4th quarter was scoreless. And all that was left for the Giants to do was celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me before the game we're going to beat them by this score, I might not have believed you because the team of this caliber is they're just awful hard to beat, period. And anytime you can win like this, you got to raise your eyebrows and wonder what happened or how you did it. And it's just a question of getting things going and being prepared, and it just kept rolling and rolling.
Oh, I don't know if it's one of my best. I mean, I threw some balls that I'd like to throw over again, but I threw a couple big ones that were good and I liked, and you know, I like making plays when I just barely get them off and stuff like that, because that's what you got to do. And I tell you, that's what our coaches expect from me. And then when I stop doing that, they'll probably, stop looking at me like they do.
Phil Simms was phenomenal. Phil Simms was, I don't have enough adjectives to describe the way he played. If you look closely at a couple of those scores, he was down on his back and banging his head off that turf, half unconscious a couple times, coming off. He goes on the sideline, gets a drink of water, shakes it off, comes back and does it again. I mean, the guy's something else.
Do you think there's a danger that after this performance, too much will be expected of him? Not really, because if you recall, in the preseason, people were expecting the Super Bowl of us, and that made us awfully anxious because we were in training camp going, oh, we're a Super Bowl team. How are we supposed to be practicing? Are we supposed to be doing something different? And we weren't really sure. But having so much under our belt now and knowing the competition, knowing who we're going to be playing, knowing what the stakes are, what's involved, I think we feel much more confident. And a score like this only adds to it.
Every player that ever plays in the NFL wants to go to the Super Bowl. This is our shot. And Washington's been there before, but I'm sure they want to go back. So it's going to be two very hungry teams on Sunday going out for a chance to go for the ring.
So next week's NFC Championship game will match the Washington Redskins at the New York Giants, and you will be able to see that game next Monday night. That'll be January the 12th at 8:30. And as far as the New York Giants are concerned, 49-3 over the San Francisco 49ers. It could have been 149-3. They dominated in absolutely every category. The New York Giants are playing the best football, as I mentioned earlier, of any team in the National Football League. It has all come together late in the season. Their defense is perhaps the best maybe the NFL has ever seen. Now, that's a big statement, but they are playing that kind of football, led, of course, by Lawrence Taylor. Their quarterback, Phil Simms, is finally getting the credit and also performing up to a pattern that people thought he would for so many years. And they have great running by Joe Morris. They should go all the way. And once again, he expected it, but it didn't make any difference. Good night, everyone.
There's the obligatory victory bucket. There's two of them. I mean, it's like, you just call them like obligatory victory bucket, and then the other one's junior, junior. See, now no one looks at, I mean, no one cares now. I mean, they just ignore them the whole game. At the end of the game, boom, they're going to be right there.
And here comes Harry Carson seeking out the Gatorade.
No, that's a tease. He said it's coming. You don't do it there. McConkey's looking to see what's in there.
Here he's got a disguise on now, does Carson.
For the obligatory victory bucket.
Has Parcells seen him yet? How can a guy like that expect to hide?
Parcells is looking for him. He doesn't know who he is. Who is that guy? There's a guy behind the bucket.
That's 49-3. He's got the bucket. They got him occupied.
And he loves it.